welcome to the stream. We're at it again. Alright, so excuse the bad vaporwave. Okay, so we got this program, this web app, whatever you want to call it, okay, and what we want to do is we want to we want to what we want to do we're gonna convert this into an actual dynamic media gallery. And so we made some progress on that by serializing the media items from the album itself. So since we serialized it, what's left is we had to basically hook it up. So the way we were doing that is we figured out that we needed to get some pagination, and that it was kind of weird the way that it's forcing us to do it if it's a nested sort of serializer. Now, you know, there's ways around this, obviously. But the main thing is that we want to be able to use this pagination class on our media item, so we can paginate a list of media items. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have to paginate the media items within the album view set. So let's go ahead and go to the media center page here. Alright, so the status of the API is that we can go to this album. Looks like we got an error. Alright, so let's see. We're going to the album, and this is just the meta information about that album. And when we go to browse, it's gonna give us the fields that are required for the media browse functionality. Okay, so what we are going to do is paginate this media set. So this is within the serializer, and so media set is using a media serializer. We might want to have that be a media list. So essentially what that requires us to do is it requires us to set many true, so we've done that. So pagination is kind of tricky because it wants to assign the pagination class as a member of a view set, but since we're doing an album view set and we don't want to paginate the album, this probably won't work. So So instead, what we're going to do, we're going to look at the docs, see if there's a way around it that's standard. If not, we're going to have to probably implement it like this person here, which is unfortunate. I think this person came up with a way to do it. So yeah, this is how you do it actually. So we imported pagination, or we have to do that, but let's do that in the serializers file. And actually that's not the correct class. It's a different class. It's the pagination serializer. So the documentation is kind of lackluster. That's why we're pretty much looking at this guy's code, because yeah. So, and then we set the object serializer class. So we were doing this earlier, so you know, it's not too unexpected. What was it? Okay, I think that's it, really. Okay, so looks like we need to use serializer method field paginated tracks, and that's interesting. So he's using a paginator, and he's interesting. Okay, interesting. Yeah, this is definitely the better way to do it, as we were saying. And so the thing is right now it has this hard-coded pagination. Okay, so it's sort of making an assumption that there's only one page, which obviously is not what we want to do. So we're going to take a look at this serializer method field here. Okay, and okay, we go here and we see the following. So, what this will do is essentially call this method. Now, in terms of finding a way to find out the page. That's kind of where it sort of breaks down. So we're gonna import the Django paginator and use that. So we have this person here. The version's kind of ugly. So what is this we have here? We have looks like no one actually says the name for some reason. There we go. Paginator. It's in Django core paginators. So yeah. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna import that, and so what this will look like, we're gonna sort of change this portion. From Django core pagination, import paginator. And once we import the paginator, we can use that in the method that has been suggested. So what do we have? We have the paginated media serializer, and inside the view itself, that is where we do the pagination, I believe. So let me double check. And no, it's actually in the serializer. So what this will be is we're going to get the pagination, and so what we're gonna have, I don't know how they have that. Wait, we're gonna do it this way. We're gonna get media set. Okay, and this is gonna be a method, right? So when we do get media set, we're going to object, and you know, we're doing paginated media serializer. Okay. And yeah, it appears what we have to do is we do the serializer method field, okay? And since we're kind of, you know, we're just getting it, or we're not going to have a method name provided here, it's going to infer the method name from media set and just append get underscore to it. So it's get underscore media set. Okay, so we have to excuse me. So we get that. We're gonna have to initialize the paginator. It's gonna be paginator, and so and we're returning the serialized paginated data. Okay, so we're gonna do this. So let's just copy and paste this and change it to what our needs are. I'm not claiming to have invented that portion. And okay, so paginator, that's great. So it's not tracks, they're actually albums. So, or sorry, they're gonna be media. This is the media set, okay? And because this is the field that is getting queried, okay? And so the tracks is sorry, it's not tracks. So alright, it's gonna be media, and so that is the first page, obviously, but we need to figure out how to get that on multiple pages. So we're going to assign the serializer to this right here and return the serializer data, okay? And that should work as intended. We'll see if there's an issue with the page, seeing as how this is a constant. I'm gonna say there's most definitely an issue, but see how we can resolve that. So we go into the Django docs, sorry, Django REST framework docs, and we've got a number of things we can look at here. It looks like there's a problem with how this works, because it's just giving you a reference to the object, which is a user object. So, you know, so the thing we're gonna do is so obviously this get media set is being called internally by the serializer field, sorry, serializer method field, and so it's going to return an internal representation based on this serializer's state. Okay, so let's look at the paginator. So now we have a paginator with a difference of 2, and we have page 1 of 2, for example. Now what this is going to be is that we want to be able to change this call here to have this in mind, that you know, that this is paginated based on an actual method. So this is the method, and so when we look at what that person was doing, we're actually going to go back to that. Let's see. You know, so, okay, that's interesting. You know, again, the problem is we have a VSet that's using nested fields. So when we filter a query set, it's filtering the albums, not the media inside the albums, which is an issue because, you know, that's the issue with object-oriented programming, is you run into some collisions like this, sometimes collisions like this, where it's not really clear who is, or what is, should be containing what. And, I mean, it's clear to the developer, really, because, or, you know, obviously, it's clear to me that there's something wrong with this representation, but there's not much I can do about that other than kind of work around it in this odd way. So this paginator needs to exist outside the serializer is the main thing that I'm getting from this, though. You know, this weird. I think there's a fundamental disconnect in my understanding of how this library works, and I guess how they're trying to make me use it. because what I'm really wanting to do now is just have a functional based view for this, because it's kind of complicated. So that's what I might end up doing, but I like the mix-ins, which is the problem. I'd have to copy and paste quite a bit of stuff. So, so let's look at the various solutions we can have. Because what we're doing now, we're trying to do a retrieve API view, basically that that paginates a nested member. So we might have to actually override some functions and to get what we want. And so the point of the serialization is to not worry about sort of calling these query sets manually. So in this case, we've already made the media set grab it from a method. Now, the struggle is to have this method be called, or some of this method state to be callable from outside the model. So what we're going to do is we're going to override some key functionality here, and this is gonna sound crazy, so let's go ahead and call the super of the media browser serializer, which is the hyperlinked model serializer, but actually we already decided against that, so this is just gonna be a model serializer. Okay, so we might actually make this generic enough so we can call it something like pagination serializer. It looks like that doesn't exist in the REST framework, which is unfortunate. Yeah, they did something crazy. So yeah, that code we copied is for the old version. So they kind of messed it up, because the way it used to work is, you had a serializer that was paginated, and you could just work for it, or you're gonna have a serializer work to paginate your result set, which makes sense. But now I guess people are complaining that they can't do that anymore because they have they want to make it less inheritance based, and so the behavior is more implicit, it looks like. So okay, some person says they figured it out too. Yeah, okay. So just as I expected, it looks like the paginator should be created in the view, within the serializer controlled from that. But again, they're doing the same kind of thing where, you know, they're paginating a query set of courses, but the problem is that we're trying to paginate a query set inside the serializer. So, you know, this is kind of funny. You know, they're fucking, they don't even know. So okay, we're gonna take a break. Might come back. Not sure. Let's see.